Most everyone in the area has at least heard about Dragon Man. Some of you may have even squeezed off a few rounds at his gun range.
That's right, but do you know about his expansive military museum? We got a preview of it there with John a little bit ago, and John Martin back with an up-close tour with the Dragon Man himself. Boys?
Well, we continue our tour at Dragon Man's, and I'm inside of a large
113 armored personnel carrier, and this is the mortar carrier. This is the turntable where the 81 millimeter mortar goes, and the hatches on the roof open up so the rocket could come out, the mortar.
I've learned that everything you've told me so far, I assume that it's a joke at first, but then you're serious. But did you really just drive this thing?
Oh yeah, I drove it about a month ago. I try to use all my vehicles at least once or twice a year. It's good for the vehicle, you know. It's no good to let them sit. And this actually goes about 40 miles an hour. And the guys from the 4th ID, the infantry guys from Fort Carson, telling me they're still using these vehicles in Iraq and Afghanistan. These were designed in 1966 for Vietnam.
So they're assembled quite well back in the day.
Oh yeah, and it still goes really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's talk about the whole collection you have, because again, we're walking around a museum. It seems like every turn we take, every corner we round, there's something that just makes you go, seriously, you have this in your museum?
Yep. Yeah, it's amazing, you know, that a citizen could really have stuff like this. Yeah. But I have permits for everything you could think of.
In case you're watching, there is paperwork. There is a paperwork trail.
Yeah.
And what kind of, we talked about this before in your other room, but what are the reactions of people when they come through here and they see this kind of stuff?
They don't expect a museum of this magnitude. You know, they think maybe I have 10 Jeeps and a couple of mannequins. And a couple of, their minds are blown.
Yeah, that's truly not the case.
Yeah. And especially the people that just came back that went to the museum in New Orleans that the government spent $48 million on, the World War II museum.
Yeah.
They said it's a beautiful building, the bathroom is all marble, but they don't have the equipment.
Yeah.
You know.
And you have the equipment here.
And they charge $25 to go in that museum.
And you're charging 10, and again, it's an unassuming building when you walk up to it, but once you open the doors, I mean, game on. Just everything you have in.
Right. The money we do collect is there's no real profit here. It all pays for the electric and the maintenance for the vehicles.
Yeah.
Yep. A museum has to be to honor the soldiers or a hobby. Yep.
How did you kind of stumble across some of this stuff? I mean, you must be making phone calls on the regular and having buyers.
Well, I have a one-page ad in the Worldwide Military Magazine, and I have 3 collectors in Europe for over 20 years. They've been finding me stuff. And then, you know, the public here and there comes, and the ski resorts have a lot of, like, weasels and half-tracks, you know, years ago.
Sure.
That they used to get from Fort Carson when they auction them off. And they break down, they don't want to be bothered, and they all have my phone number. So when they want to get rid of it, you know,
just call Dragon Man, he'll come get it.
Yeah. I got like 12 vehicles that way.
Wow.
Yeah, and a few I had shipped back from Europe. It takes 8 to 9 months to get a vehicle back.
Wow. Yep. You never cease to amaze me. All right, let's give people the details. If they want to come out here, when do they need to come out here? How much are they going to have to pay?
Okay, we do it every Sunday until Veterans Day. After Veterans Day, like November 11th, we close the museum. It gets too cold in here. We do not have any Obama funding. It would be great if we could put heat in here, but it's so cold in here, you can't enjoy a tour. Yeah. So it's from like March to November. We close it. All they have to do is call me up, tell me they have 8, 10, 12 people. They need at least that many for a good tour, or else it gets boring. And I'll do it any day of the week that they want. If not, we do it on a Sunday at 10 o'clock.
All right, well, there it is. It's Dragon Man's. He will convince you to do this, and you should, because it's the most entertained I've been all week. All right, do me a favor, because you toss it back so well. So toss it back to the Fox 21 studios, right to Mike, right there.
Okie doke. I really appreciate you guys checking out my museum. For years, I've been waiting for news people to come here. It's about time you guys did a good story. See, today nobody died, and you guys are here. Well, you could cut that out. But that's the way news is. You know, something bad happens, they come. You know, this is great. You guys are doing a good, a good deed. And the public should really see all this. This should be out to the public to enjoy it.
There it is, guys.
Okay.
That's straight from Dragon. It's great. Everything you do is great. All right, back to you.
Yeah, this isn't my first rodeo.
There's a lot of this. This is my first rodeo, and it's not. His museum is amazing.
Yep. More from Dragon Man. They're going to shoot stuff in the 6 o'clock hour.
We'll have more about his museum, too, on our website, fox21news.com.